Oh no, he's got his evil look on. We're dead.
Oh no, he's a jam.
Yeah.
We're dead.
Right, everyone.
Jesus.
Evil chortle.
Right, everyone, check you locked your doors.
Just a second. Why did
My
my intellect just drop to 3? Why? I just checked my screen. He broke my brain.
Check your education.
No, it's still 15.
Good. You're going to need it with your new intellect.
I remember everything. I just don't know how to tell you about it.
So, in previous episode, our brave adventurers ventured into the walled city. Or actually, continued their adventures in the walled city, whereupon they discovered the native population that was more keen to throwing things at them than actually discussing matters of urgent politics. However, these things tended to make some damage to their vehicle. However, our brave adventurers managed to run away back to the Stargate and to the secure containment of the Stargate Corporation. Whereupon they were beset by the locals. Introduced to the Bravo team.
Oh yeah, these guys. And the 5 to 10 minutes of deck measuring from both sides.
Exactly.
Right now would be a.
Especially Mrs. White.
I was gonna say right now, coming in late to the meeting would be a great time to bring. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was exactly what was going to happen. Jaelle arrives late to the meeting, which is held by Mr. Hammond, the executive officer of the Stargate Corporation, set up in the hallowed halls of the Cheyenne Mountain complex. And Jaelle, walking into the conference room next to the Stargate, overseeing the Stargate, sees inside her 3 compatriots on the conference table on one side, and on the other side, a selection of 4 individuals comprising the Bravo team. At the head of the table is Miss White, how to phrase this politely, a very damn it, lost the word.
Tense?
Very tense seeming individual of the darkest skin tones, with a bun on the back of her head, eyes looking sharply towards the door that Jaelle opens. Late as usual.
Is that a croissant on your head? Just kidding. You said it was a bun. What kind?
A hair bun.
Ah.
Would you say she's very stern looking?
Yes, a very stern looking. That's a good one.
The comment I had written down was snazzy dressed.
They are also wearing an immaculate suit, black suit and snow white white shirt and a black as night tie.
So a snazzy librarian.
Yeah, something along those lines. Doesn't have glasses though.
Yes, Froggy, a very stick up her arse feel.
That is one way to describe it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no need to kink shame a person there, Frog.
People might be actually into that. I'll agree with
I know
John
many
on that.
people that are into that.
Just because you do not go for it doesn't mean you need to.
All I'm going to say that the use of the second hole is a very common kink.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to say this straight now. We don't yuck anybody's yum. That's
Yep.
going to be the end of it.
Yep. Also, this is I do believe, a K-18 channel, so...
K-18? Kindergarten to grade 18?
In Finland, it's
Mature audience.
It's considered
Ah,
mature
okay.
audience, so it's
It's rated R.
It's
Yeah.
rated R, and in my language that is K-18, which means forbidden under 18.
Okay.
For the adults. Welcome to Adult D&D.
And if you're under 18, what the hell are you
Roll
doing
for
on this
sex
channel?
and
Get
hashtag.
out.
All right,
No, I'm joking.
moving on.
Back to the game.
Yes, back to the game. Next, the Mrs. White,
No.
lounging on the chair, basically one knee over the armrest, dressed up in a suit that is ill-fitting, barely on, and fidgeting on on her hand with a JoJo, a small Asian woman, barely paying any attention towards Jaelle, just more interested in the JoJo in her hand. Almost said his, but her hand. Has bright red hair in two ponytails.
That's Wendy King.
And
Yeah, but that's Wendy King. Yes.
And also kind of like loose-fitting gothic funky clothes.
No, a suit.
Just sloppy.
Suit.
Just sloppily on. It's like
secondhand?
someone's hand me downs or something.
Second hand. So
Seemingly
Ron
like that.
Weasley.
Yeah, basically.
The Weasley family.
Weasley family style of dress, yes. And next to her, punting away the shoe that is poking at his side, is a tall, broad-shouldered man, a white, dark-haired Caucasian male, that has a pair of aviator sunglasses and a black thick mustache, and a very wide jawline.
He looks like a cop.
Basically, yeah. Dressed
And
up.
he's 6'5".
Yeah. Yo. And finally,
What's his name?
His name's Jack Black.
then Jack Black. Yes. Finally, Svea Stromberg, a good-looking lady in a lab coat, and looking at her, you are reminded by the tall mountains of Scandinavia and the deep valleys of Norway. That's all I'm going to say about her. Otherwise, Frank's gonna swear at Wooster self.
Blonde, tall woman, well made up and Norwegian was the comments that I had.
Blonde and blue
blonde
eyes.
hair, blue eyes.
Yes, a long flowing blonde hair and how would you call it? A well-made makeup on her face. She has clearly paid attention to that. So, and yes, to Blinky's question last game, Stephen has met Svea before, back during college days. It was an exchange student program, and she was briefly at your campus back then. You remember her being very popular to listen to.
Listen to?
Yeah, a lot of the other college students, particularly the males, seemed to be wanting to listen to what she had to say. Nodding constantly.
She had them wrapped around her finger. Okay.
That's your recollection of her. You have not talked to her. You don't recall talking to her in any extended period of time.
Would you say he listened to one of her lectures?
Zoe asking the important questions. She was a student, not a teacher. Zoe asking the important questions in the chat. Yeah, they were in deep thoughts. But yes.
And she insulted me. The other thing you missed from last week. Wendy totally dissed me and owned me in Hacker League Talk.
Yeah, there was a lot of dick measuring from the immature members of both teams.
So me coming into the me coming into the room and seeing the hostility between Doug and the other one is going to be evidence. Got it.
Yeah, it's a bit scary that when one of the most mature heads is actually the gun-tote, the gun nut in the team is the one that's actually being mature, i.e. the hired killer is the one that's actually trying to be diplomatic there.
They just happened to hit on Doug's whatchamacallit weak spot.
Well, you have to take into account Jaelle doesn't know that Doug had a bit of a lobotomy.
No, I was there.
No one talks about it. It's that no one
this was last
comparison
this was
of
last
his
session.
Pentium
that
4.
was last session. I thought you were talking about when he was on Doug was at that one place with us.
Nope.
When he was caught and captured.
No.
Nope.
This was Doug lobotomizing himself a little bit to help Matt.
Certain someone. But yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that. In 2 weeks. So anywho, the meeting.
The meeting. Miss White glancing at Jaelle, and then turning to Mr. Hammond. As I was going to suggest, we should proceed with the mission to Vishnu's world. And the Alpha squad should be on gate duty. I'm not entirely sure if I am managing to capture the African accent in her voice, but
That's definitely not African, but okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm not doing a very good job, but I am trying.
Sounded more Asian, maybe? I don't know.
No, it's fine. It's all good.
No, I am trying to give it an accent. But I have been watching Trevor Noah and trying to imitate.
As when Jaelle sits down, I'll whisper to her. This chick wants us to be the backup squad and watch the gate. Can you believe her?
Basically, they need us to stand by, and when they screw things up, we have to go rescue them?
I whispered back to Doug, what did we do to piss them off?
Technically, this is the first time we've met them.
Yeah, because we were going for what we thought was 24 hours. Okay. We then come back and it turns out we were going for a week. There seems to be a place we've been to.
Time shenanigans.
Yeah. Time shenanigans. And they just take us trying to argue that we're only going for the day as signs of our incompetence.
Like, I totally explained it all. We're not good at gatekeeping. We like to get in there and do the stuff. We got our own methods. We got delayed a bit of a week, but not our fault. Nothing our fault. In fact, we totally turned that whole situation around and came back with valuable intel. Oh, yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah, totally.
And things.
Things, too. We brought things that are good.
The stuff and the things, yes.
And how many of those things will lead us to liberation from our invading forces?
Well, I mean,
We don't know
they're
yet.
like a step. We're getting there. Like you got to do one. You got to learn how to crawl before you like run a marathon. So
Yes, but when you are running away from the bear, is crawling going to help you?
No, we'll just trip you, and then you can feed the bear.
Even if you trip me while crawling, I will still outrun you.
Again, children, can we just get back on point? And I've said it before. That I need to start bringing out a gun to enforce discipline on both sides.
I got my gun.
You would bring a gun to the meeting with Mr. Hammond?
The last time we were in this room with a meeting with Mr. Hammond, we needed a gun, and we didn't have one. Henceforth, we bring guns to meetings.
Or I'll just let Mr. Hammond actually bring the guns, and he can decide how to discipline the lot of you. Because I don't think this is appropriate time to be acting like 5 years old.
Mr. MacDonald has a point. This is a mission briefing, but you also do need to agree how to proceed this. The corporation is hiring you both teams to head the Vishnu's world. If you have a better suggestion, I would recommend that you do that. But in the meanwhile, we will delay this for 2 days. You will have your opportunity to come up with a plan that will work with each other.
Have you sent a drone through to scout the area around the gate?
We have not yet. That operation is still underway. The information should be available within 6 hours.
remind me again what the mission parameters are, or what our goal is for on Pan Vishnu.
Our goal is to establish an alliance that will help them to defeat and help us to defeat Anubis' invasion.
Establish alliance at Vishnu planet.
Or find sufficient technology to do that ourselves. Both options will be appreciated. Now, I will leave you to it. He takes his papers and proceeds to stand up and leave the conference room for you two teams to. And he says, "Try not to kill each other, but do come up with a plan in the next 2 days." While walking out, leaving you in the conference room with the teams looking more teams around the table on 2 different sides. Well, it appears you have a problem with my suggestion. Do you have a better one, Mr. Peterson?
Like, why don't we like work together and stuff? We'll go at the same time, group resources. We're obviously going to go. We have know nothing of this planet. We don't know what opposition we're going to face. We could be our own backup teams. Moving together, everybody achieves more, right?
And if we are to be ambushed together, which team is going to be the one to come into the rescue when we are both in the same ambush?
Like, I don't know. I hadn't thought about that.
Right.
Exactly. That is why both teams should not move together. Besides, I think you might just slow us down.
We have a van. We move pretty fast.
Better yet, why don't we split each other's teams apart and then literally make 2 separate teams? Like, take half your team, put it with us, and we do the vice versa. That way, we would know each other's teams. because our teammates are on the other team.
Interesting proposal. However, our teams have not worked together before. We have no idea the synergies within their teams. We know that our team has great synergy, but yours...
As what?
Synergy.
Oh, I heard grit snatch.
I have no idea where you would pick that up.
And Dr.
So,
Jackson needs to get his hearing checked.
What I'm getting at is, yes, you know your team as well as we know our team. But if we split both teams up and make two new teams, granted, we have our capable teammates on each separate team, but at least we know how the other team reacts because we'd have to work as a team. So if two of your members came over and it was me and Doug on that team with them, then at least we'd understand your team as well as you'd understand us. Plus, at the same time, it would make us cohesive together as a stronger unit.
That makes so much sense.
And I was gone on vacation.
That would explain why you had time to think.
Ah, that's it. Jaelle was on her secret mission of a leadership course.
Leadership 101. This is how you lead a team.
No. She was on personal time that ended up getting canceled at last second.
Actually, there is a leadership skill.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not intentionally put any points into it.
I have one. No, do I? Do I have any skill? No, I have 0.
I think it'll
If
be,
you have 0 and trained, that is 3 points, then 0 and untrained.
I think it's going to be more important for us to actually assess what skills is going to be needed there, where. Because potentially my skills, if you have no reason to think you're going to be going into a potential hostile environment, then my skills would probably be better making sure the gate is secure.
We do have like a pretty offensive team, so like we do bring
Couldn't
the
agree more.
boom.
But not all of us
not-
are like that though, because remember,
Not-
I also tried to subdue. How many times have I actually wanted to hurt somebody that we could bring back? So my skill wouldn't be good for staying back. It would be better to go forward.
I think what we're going to need to do is I think we all need to list our actual skills and think of where they're going to be best served instead of just trying to argue why we think each individual team, why we think we're going to be better than another team. Is actually looking at where our skills are going to be needed.
And
Since-
mesh.
Same as done in the military.
Yeah, like like Wendy, like what do you do and stuff?
No. Huh? Me? Yeah. You know, I shoot things. I shoot a lot of things. I'm very quick with the gun. And the muscle, you know? I killed more people than you know.
Wow.
So why go forward if it's more of a diplomatic meeting? Wouldn't you want to secure the gate as well?
You know, you always need somebody quick with the gun in the forward team. If you can ambush and stop, or if you need to, use force.
But my back training is a cop, so of course, yes, I can shoot things on will, but I know when to not immediately shoot.
I
I
just
also know how to subdue.
Yeah, well, in my case, I shoot when it looks dangerous. Yeah. Mostly when they tell me to. Like, he's a cop, he knows. He tells me to shoot, I shoot. I shoot real fast. Real sharp.
Doesn't talk really fast.
Yeah. No time to. Stretch around. proceeds to slouch around on the chair.
Slowly goes, have you had coffee recently?
Oh no, coffee makes me hyper.
Whoa.
No, I had to make sure because I'm like, I'm like slowly pulling my coffee back, going, okay, did he have coffee?
Yeah. I'm getting out of character. Like, it makes me think of the Solarians from Mass Effect.
Yes, good call.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Means nothing to me.
Very high metabolism, hyper. It's the best
She
way.
is very hyper.
Yep.
Wowzers.
It sounds like a whistle. Yes. I do.
I'm going to start asking. So, what weasel do you know actually speaks perfect English? Because take that thing, make money.
But yeah, I'm very good at going forward.
All right. Well, like I'm a people person. I'm really good at talking my way out of situations and convincing people, because it's like my sparkling personality, and I'm like good with computers and stuff. So like if there's like locks or alien technology, I could probably figure it out. I always do.
I think
And
it's
this is
actually kind of
Steven.
important.
This is Daniel.
I think it's important that we actually talk to people. So I am kind of an expert in languages and can understand the various peoples that we've run across.
Ja, jag kan göra också. Oh, sorry. That means I can speak languages as well. Yeah.
What language did they speak it in?
In Swedish.
Oh, okay. And did I understand them?
Roll me your Swedish.
Roll me your Swedish. Okay.
First roll of the night. Rolls for Swedish.
Roll your
okay,
language check
okay.
to see if
Okay.
Swedish is in your vocabulary.
Actually,
13.
Can I?
Yes, it is.
Can I say he rolled a Swiss roll at him?
Oh,
Well, at least he didn't cheese it.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I don't get it. Swiss and Swedish, not the same. I respond to her in her own that language.
Oh,
in Swedish.
du pratar svenska. Ja. Det är mycket bra.
Oh.
Which
It
all sounds-
essentially...
that's all, folks.
yeah.
You're gonna
Don't
have to
sounds
say
great.
Scandinavians can switch between languages because there's some of them are quite close together.
Ja, men inte finska och svenska.
Oh shit! Sorry, the lights just flickered. We're having a thunderstorm here.
Yeah.
Baboom.
It's interesting here because I was in Copenhagen. I was listening to a Swede and a Dane speaking, and they were just having to take it slowly because they were speaking. Basically, one was speaking Swedish, the other one was speaking in Danish.
Ooh.
Wow.
There are divergent languages, but there's still enough similarity that if they take it slowly, they can understand each other.
It all sounds Greek to me.
Yeah.
I'm just going.
All right. So like Svea, she's good at talking like
Yes,
Daniel
I
is.
am
All right.
also an expert in many fields of science. I
Wait.
do have 6 what was it called in English?
PhDs,
Yes, that one.
piled higher and deeper. Yeah.
Oh, you're like a doctor. Is it like Dr. Svea?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Wait, you said she speaks many languages, right?
Yeah.
So you can understand Gypsy.
Yeah.
One of the more base languages, but what else?
Well, no, because it meshes between a lot of languages. So that's why I was like, oh, wait a minute here. It's like Pig Latin.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very simple. Most of it, yeah. But some of the more esoteric words from long lost languages are very interesting.
Cool.
Because again, I'm a gypsy. So it's like,
Yeah,
you actually
like-
know how to speak it.
That's like
'Cause I help
Jaelle's superpower. She's a gypsy and she's magic, right?
If you call
Yeah,
that a
that's
superpower,
superpower.
says Mr. Black. Like
Ooh.
I did study in the in the technical college. I'm masters at engineering, and I also served as the sheriff for 2 terms. So I know my way with a gun. What sort of a sheriff doesn't know how to shoot? But other than that,
Sheriffs can shoot, but they can also subdue.
exactly.
They also
Alright.
get shot, according to that song. Who
Yes.
shot the sheriff?
They
Oh,
never
I
caught
saw
the
the
guy. Oh, they did, didn't they? But not this
Yeah.
deputy.
Yeah, he didn't get the deputy, but he got the sheriff.
Well,
All right, so that's like what Mr. Jack does. You know, your engineering skills are good, and you're a lawman. You do a lot of investigating, because Jaelle's like really good at figuring stuff out. Like she puts clues together like nobody's business.
well, I can do my basics, but it is more of Mrs. White's speciality.
I can do almost anything. You can call me Jack. No, your name's Jack. Don't call me Jack. Call me Dan.
That would be weird.
Dan of all trades.
Dan of all trades, yeah.
And Mrs. White.
Yes. I
Like-
am what they say. An agent.
Oh, you too.
Are you an agent as well, Mr.
Jackson.
Jackson? That
Agent
is
Dan
going to
Jackson.
sound weird since we do have Jack and Jackson.
Well, we have Mac too.
But we do not have Macson.
We don't have Dan's son either.
Well, either way, I have experience in the computers. I am most fluent in using them, as well as investigation and infiltrating locations that do not allow such operations.
Whoa.
I have electronics is probably one of my better skills, along with languages. Deception, as long as it doesn't have anything to do with social. Astrogation, I've recently learned that, as well as, of course, science. And a strange, I don't see how it's going to be relevant right now, but it might be if we ever actually get into space. I actually have skills with vac suits.
So you are experienced in placing astronaut suit on yourself. Interesting training. Did you attend the space camp?
You can you put a vac suit on without being in space to protect you from an environment.
Indeed. But I was curious if you have attended one of those space camps.
You mean for children? No.
Well, pity.
So, Mrs. White, like, you work for an alphabet group?
If you mean the CIA, the NSA, the ATF, or one of those agencies,
Yeah, like, yeah.
yes, I did work for an agency with 3 letters in it.
What was that last part?
I did
3
work
letters.
for an agency with 3 letters in it.
Cool.
It's at that point McDonald's just gonna say, look,
It rules out the USPS. Because those guys do have federal agents.
By the way, if I get disconnected, it's the lightning storm.
yeah,
That
Totally.
is rather loud outside.
But
It's like-
actual funny fact, the United States Postal Service does have federal agents.
yeah.
Yes.
It does.
And they're allowed
actually
to-
it has they can actually arrest you for interfering with the mail.
And they're allowed to carry guns. My
Yes.
dad used to be a postman. To deliver mail and
Isn't everybody
Well, I don't
in
think
America
you're
allowed
normal,
to
but
carry
right.
a gun?
no. Yes and no.
The thing we'll just clarify: your normal postman isn't carrying, unless they've got an open permit and there's a
Or
You're
they're
not-
living in Texas.
But the USPS agent is not a normal postman.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
federal agent.
Yeah,
Correct.
They
They
can
have to-
literally go, federal agent, stop.
Oh, and they have a whole investigation team and a whole arrest team. And in fact, their mail fraud division.
Which I find cool.
So
Yeah, don't fuck with the mailman.
Unless it's
Don't write no-
consensual.
do not write on your mail.
What?
Do not write like do not does not live here on your on mail that you get, because that's actually a federal crime in the U.S.
That's stupid.
It's very unenforced.
It's very unenforced, but if you get the right person,
Same way that you're not.
If
It's
they
like
find the
you're
right
not allowed
return to
to-
sender,
You're also not allowed to burn money because it's legal tender and it belongs to the state,
So-
and you're not allowed to fuck with it.
So if you get in mail something addressed to the wrong person, are you allowed to
You-
open it?
Yes.
no,
No.
but it's interfering with the mail.
it's interfering with mail. So basically, you have to go down to your post office and basically hand it to them and say this person does not live here, and then they get to put a little sticker on it. And
All right, okay. We're allowed to, in the UK just to put return to sender, not at this address. Post it.
Return to sender.
anyway,
Address
Address
unknown.
let's get these teams
such
possibly
number.
mashed.
Yeah.
Oh, such home.
Can we monster mash these teams?
Yeah, without any more dick measuring, please.
There's not that many of us that have them. Anyway,
Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
most of the measuring is happening on your end of the table.
Yeah, from one
well, most of the
person.
dicks are on our end of the table.
Jaelle actually like went like that. Like what? Last time I checked, I was the guy. Wasn't the guy.
They
In
have
Stargate
one guy,
universe, anything
3
can happen.
women. We've got 1 woman, 3 guys.
Yep. It's Bizarro World Bravo team.
You know what? We could do it girls versus guys.
Oddly enough, I thought Wendy was the hacker girl. Thank you.
We could do a girls team and a guys team and see who's better.
Sorry, it's like I'm just going with Mac is just putting his feet on him. No, just doing it on genders alone. No, I think it's going to have to be more appropriate on
I
what
would
skill
agree.
set is going to be better at a certain location.
We cannot have 2 vehicles without both having an engineer.
Hmm.
We cannot afford to have both engineers in the same team.
No.
Yeah, like it sounds like a lot of our similar sets, which is, not surprising since, it's a winning combination. This is why Alpha Team has had such great success.
Great success in getting us invaded.
We were going to get invaded no matter what. We didn't start that.
Yes,
Yeah,
you did not.
That was the team we were sent to rescue.
You did not anger the god. Yes.
Well, that dude was asking for it. He was a total douche nozzle.
Yes, and is that how you usually deal with the children of the ruling families?
If they're douche nozzles.
I love that grumpy face.
Douche nozzles. I've never heard that term before, but I'm going to start using it now. Douche nozzles.
This is the thing I'm going to clarify. When we're talking about the one that's this son of a god, son of the Throne class, we're talking about the one that we came across when we were rescuing Doug and Hammond and all that.
Yep.
Right. At that point, it's when
he was torturing Doug.
Yeah. So Mac's just going to say, look, you weren't there.
Exactly. If we had been, it might have ended up differently.
Right. So you come across members of your team getting tortured by said noble. What are you going to do? Pull a high tea and ask to have a nice chat with them.
And how exactly did you end up angering this faction to begin with?
That was when we went to rescue another team that didn't have an Alpha or Bravo name.
Didn't we kick him in the nuts? Remember something like that?
Is it like in regards to the incident that you're talking about, this facility had been attacked. We're not 100% sure. Because let's be honest, do you think the Stargate Corporation has been honest with us about every other team that they contract, whether or not how successful they are, or if they've went missing? We're disposable. Let's be honest about this. So there could easily have been any other teams that could have caused us many incidents, not survived, and had them already on alert.
My biggest thing is, do you even want to do a split team mashup? Is my biggest issue.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing and foremost. Are you guys wanting to do that? Because it's not a matter if we just keep on discussing who's got what. If you guys don't want to do this mashup, then we're still at square one.
Well, we do have 2 days before the mission to begin. Perhaps it is wisest to retreat for now and consider our options carefully.
I think what's even more important is to get the results of the drone they send through to this world. To perhaps there are 2 cities within range of the Stargate, and we can each go to one, or we have no idea what's on the other side. So discussing it now is kind of pointless.
So it's agreed, like we'll talk about it amongst ourselves and wait for the results and get back together right afterward, okay?
Well, we do have some analysis to do on our discoveries. We will proceed with those before we make any decisions.
Yeah, like, we got stuff to do too.
Yes, continue to behave like the child you are, Mr. Peterson.
Wow.
Very well, this meeting is adjourned. We wish you a good day and a productive evening. Ah, it's over? Yes, I can go back to playing.
As we all get up from the table, I'm going to pull Svea aside and ask her, is she always like that?
Hon? Yeah, most often. But, she keeps tight ship.
Okay, what was someone gonna go play?
Game Boy.
Game Boy?
Game Boy.
What game? What game?
Oh, Metroid.
Do you have Pokemon?
1995, did they?
Again, this is right where Pokemon would be started, so it would be blue, red, green.
and we've been developed, but this time it'll be getting developed, not released. Still a bit too early.
Or Tetris.
Tetris would be out.
Tetris is out.
1996 Pokemon Red. So no, not yet.
Damn, 95 was still in high school.
I was in
graduating.
primary.
Wait a minute. I think one of them was out.
I
was graduating out of high
10 years
school.
earlier from university. We were winning a championship in our football league.
We were losing.
It's also
in ours.
it's 96 in Japan, 98 in
Oh.
America,
That's likely, yeah.
Europe 99. So
Yeah.
that's late 90s for you.
Yep. Because I was still in I was in the final years of primary when Pokemon came out.
Younglings. You're all younglings.
Yes, I'm the second oldest, I think.
Yes, you are,
I'm an old man.
but not by a lot.
You're a young man by quite a
Am
lot.
I actually the youngest in the group?
Possibly. Yeah.
I'm 33.
I have
Okay,
indeed.
I know Wooster's older than me.
Wooster's older than me. You're younger than me, so you're the baby.
Yeah. No matter what, I'm the baby. Yes, thank you.
You're the baby
Notice
face.
she didn't say her age.
Oh my god, guys.
Not the mama.
I'm the grandfather. Great.
No, you're to some of us you could be the D word. Anyway,
And I'm just Big Daddy.
every time I try to go pick up my drink.
So, Grandpappy, Big Daddy, that way, the baby face, and some chick.
I'm Wooster's weird uncle.
Really?
Well,
And
is
the
it-
girl.
Is it baby sister?
Oh boy. What is going
I will
on
deal
here?
with you later, sir. I will deal with you later.
I keep on hearing that.
Promises, promises.
Okay, he apparently has a plane ticket to come here. I just don't know when he wants it.
I said whenever he buys it. Though I do need to apply for a visa.
Yeah.
That's like the first step, you know?
Mhm. Then again, if I apply for the visa waiver program, that is active for up to 3 years. So
2 years. Last
2.
time I checked.
yeah, years anyway. And it doesn't take that long. It's like a week process. Hmm?
And it's actually relatively cheap.
Yeah, it's like what $14 something. Like
Yeah,
that?
something like that. Yeah.
I applied for it twice and got it both times. I used it once. Anyway, right, where were we? Okay.
We're going to our separate room, separate areas.
Yes.
I
By
was
the way,
trying to
I posted
discuss
something in
video
the
games to
lounge for
play.
you guys.
Oh wait,
Ah.
Jaelle was trying to trade games with Wendy.
Yeah.
Ah, so you want to go trade games with Wendy? Yeah, Wendy's more. Wendy is like, yeah, sure, we can play. I have the cable. We can multiply.
Oh, Game Link.
Yeah, actually, no. Game Link didn't come out until Pokemon
Oh,
over
is
in the
that right?
U.S.
Yeah.
It did not until the U.S. and it came out during Gold or during Red and Green, because that was the first game that would do cross cable.
Interesting. Good to know.
So if you want to negate it
we
back,
can still switch back and forth.
that's why I was like saying we could take if he has they have Tetris, we can play Tetris and go back and forth and raise up the number.
The old-fashioned way of sharing your Game Boy. My turn. Okay, my turn. Okay,
Yeah.
my turn.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, sure. We can play. We can compete. You got Tetris?
And
Yes, Tetris.
Tetris. Yes.
We can burn away.
Oh my god, that just brought back such memories.
Paperboy on Nintendo.
No,
Legend of Zelda.
I used to be in a band that was all about video games, and we used to cover that song. Like we performed it live on
the
public
Tetris
public
theme.
storage. That's Tetris song. We performed it live on a public service television show. Oh my god, I can't remember that. Anyways,
So-
memories.
Can you just
When do you
imagine
need
like
to
your
turn
top
away?
hits is just people shouting out Super Mario's?
Well, you kind of apparently two of us are bonding right now.
Well,
So
I was
you
actually
only
gonna.
need to figure it out.
I was going to talk to Svea and ask her, let's go grab a coffee and catch up on what's happened since we were in university together.
Mm.
We were in university together? When? I don't remember.
Whatever year that was. What, was it 8 years ago? 12 years ago? Somewhere between 8 and 12 years ago.
I was exchange student in Canada, and there was oh, okay, sure, can grab coffee. You have Java?
I was going to mention some other programming languages, but
Linux,
like Python?
no, Python. Yeah. My god, basic.
I got
Pascal.
basic Python.
Napster. Anyway,
That's not a programming language.
that's not a programming language.
C++.
Yeah, C++.
That's
yeah.
a virus distributing platform.
Haskell.
for music that would carry your music and other things on.
That too. But all I remember is that it always came with a million pop-up ads.
It's not as bad as LimeWire, but yeah.
Oh yeah, LimeWire.
I used to
oh my
have
God.
LimeWire. I used to have Napster. I used to have
A lot of wires.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with a
you might
bear.
want to not admit to that because according to some corporations, you've just admitted to piracy
That
automatically.
was like 20 years
that
ago.
was
Come
it.
get
That
me.
was the beginning of piracy. What are you talking
You don't even know who I am. Come get me. You don't even
Spice
know where
Girls.
I'm at.
It's
Backstreet
also a
Boys.
crime that
The-
is no longer enforceable because it has a due date.
Statute of limitations.
Yes!
The funny thing is actually the reason why Super got stopped was they highlighted that one of the companies that I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. It's basically one. Can't remember the name of the website, but basically, if you're downloading all your like BitTorrents and all that, you download it off them. Yeah, and basically ABC Studios owned the website,
Oh,
so
Okay.
it's basically.
Go ahead, and I'll tell my little tip.
So the irony was that it's like and they just said, well, look, this website, this is where you're getting all the, like, there's billions of downloads of all these softwares that people are saying that the film industry is saying is
complaining about right.
complaining about. And under American law, doesn't matter why you invent a technology, if you invent a technology or software that allows you to breach copyright, and then you provide it and it's used, doesn't matter what your intention was, it's just as complicit behind the copyright breach as the people using your software to breach it in the technology. So technically under American law, any company that's ever made a video recorder
Yeah.
is guilty. BitTorrent's technically guilty because it's used to pirate stuff, okay? Then the companies were then, all the DRM protection to stop you from, burning discs, burning the on the website. They were putting out all the cracks on that, and of course, as I said, the actual company was actually owned by one of the big studios,
Wow.
and it's like, hold on, and on that, it's not just that they provided; they also were giving you reviews and tutorials on how to use the stuff. It's going, you can't complain about the Wild West and how lawless it is when you made it,
Yeah.
and you profited off it.
Are we back in banter mode, by the way?
It was just a little side tangent, right?
Yes,
That
Yeah,
yes.
sad
Sorry.
tangent.
Yeah, don't give the guy with ADD a side tangent to go on.
Don't worry. When you said ABC, I thought I immediately went gum because that's in the '90s. The ABC gum.
All right.
I have no idea what that is, but
You guys
let's
don't
move
know
on.
what that is.
Must be an American thing.
Must be American.
It must have been when I was in school.
So-
So,
Dan
dog. what are you doing?
Doug.
Those two
Is
are pairing up with the other teams.
Doug is logging into the World Wide Web of Internet and finding every piece of information, backstory, backstory, any news media articles, any information I could find. Specifically looking for Mrs. White and or the rest of the team as a secondary objective.
You're not going to break into Stargate.net?
I'm breaking in everywhere.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. And Mr. MacDonald.
Well,
Wants to go shoot something.
I think what Mac's going to do is he's going to start going down and start checking not just his weaponry, okay, but all the assigned weapons for the team and actually make sure that they're all clean, they're all in working condition, and they're all ready to use.
Okay, sure. That makes sense. So I'm gonna say you're gonna be rolling mechanic on that.
Me? Okay.
Yep, that's a mechanics roll. If you get a good roll, I'm gonna give you a voucher that you can use on the mission because your gear is just in impeccable order. And if you do very bad job, I'm going to give myself a voucher to say your gear failed at this final crucial junction. So
I don't have mechanic, but can I use my experience of gun combat to at least do the basic checks on the guns? Even if it is just to go with, actually, that gun's not in condition, let's send it to the armorer.
Yeah, that's gonna be gun combat with education.
Education.
He's got to have the education to do this.
Yeah, but it's better to do it on my slight neg. No, I don't have a neg for my education, but it's better to do that without a neg free there because I don't have mechanic. Fine.
9.
Yeah, Lord.
Right, that's not enough to get you any bonus vouchers, but it is enough to make sure that your gear is not malfunctioning. That you know. Good. But you know, never mind. I'm going to give you a voucher for 1 use of negating a negative, double 1 when it comes to your gear, because it has been checked. So you can use 1 voucher on a snake eye to counter that issue. Let me see if I can give you any voucher thingy. Just gonna. You know what? I'm gonna allow you to write it on the wall. That's where it's there. Anyone can see it. Mac 1 voucher. So write it down on the wall if you can see it. You should be able to see that. Yeah. Okay.
Or should I draw it on the map?
Yeah.
Voucher count.
Yeah. Voucher Mac
right.
1. 1 equipment voucher. Okay. So then we'll go to Mr. Peterson.
Oh boy.
You want to hack the World Wide Web to get information on Mrs. White.
On the Bravo team with emphasis on Mrs. White.
I do believe that is a computer's check. Unless you have a better idea.
I don't think I have computers here.
Computers
electronics
falls under electronics, yes.
Right.
And this is going to be a contested check between you and her ability to hide herself on the internet.
No worries. And I don't believe I'm going to use any special powers on this. Maybe I should. Just bump it up into 1, just by 1, because I'm in a bad mood.
Extra power!
But I also want to make it interesting. All right, so electronics intellect with a +1 modifier.
Are you sure that's it?
Yeah, I'm positive. I'm to mad distracted to anything old or better for that.
Okay. Submit your role.
He did.
12.
It did? Oh, it's not updating on my end.
It takes a second.
It takes a second. Do. There we go.
It's not updating on the screen. Oh, there.
There it is. It's because my window was not in focus. Ugh.
It also
Oh,
takes
she
a...
beat you, damn it.
Yes. Damn. She's good. Whoa.
It's like you keep on going. You find a lot of Mrs. Whites. Just not any that are black.
Ah, that reminds me. Here's a weird coincidence. This was probably in the late 80s, early 90s. In Major League Baseball, everybody whose last name was White was black. Everybody whose last name was black was white. And everybody whose last name was brown was brown.
That's fascinating. But yeah, you find a lot of people that are named White. A lot of them are Mrs. But as far as you can tell, none of them match the description of your Mrs. White. And then eventually you get distracted by this new sci-fi series that is launching soon, and it's very very prominent on the internet. It's some about some space station somewhere. Somewhere deep in the net, and you start delving in, and apparently the creator himself is participating in these boards, and you even have a chat with him. But yep.
All right. Okay.
So, like, how do you get over
I'm
like
jealous.
the hyperspace intelligence black? That just doesn't make any sense to me. Obviously, the correct answer would be black.
Exactly.
I'm jealous. You got to talk to Straczynski.
I agree with Zoe on this. I feel like I'm in the Clue game.
Carlos is a bit loud. Unfortunately, I can't tone down the individuals. I can only tone
You know
down
what?
the
I could
entire
take care of that.
thing. Yeah.
He can turn down himself.
It's whenever I lean forward is when the problem happens.
Exactly. So, then we come to... Which one is odds and which one is evens?
I'm very
My
odd,
name-
so I'll be odd.
And my name says I'm even.
So we got the even Steven.
Yes. Oh, that reminds me. My name is still...
Yeah, you didn't even change your name. That's kind of confusing everybody.
Danielle having a cup of coffee in the local cafeteria with the Scandinavian blonde. So, what is your goal?
Just to pick her mind about like the dynamics of their team, and well, first to catch up on things we might have missed over the years, and then to basically pick her mind on the dynamics of her team.
Okay, pick her mind on the dynamics of her team. Okay, what sort of skill would that entail? It needs to be a skill roll anyway, so... What do you guys think? What should be the proper skill roll for this?
Either a persuasion or an investigation.
Oh, good ones.
Or if I'm trying to hide what I did, it would be deception, but yeah.
Huh? Indeed.
What if I get a -1? Oh, I clicked on the button. On it, quiet. Did we lose something?
No.
No, we're
Oh,
waiting
okay.
for you.
We're waiting for you to choose which skill do you roll.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me which skill.
Both of those work.
Investigate with intellect or
Persuasion.
Persuasion, with social or intellect. Although both.
Well, I will do investigate with intellect then, because at least I don't have any minuses. Oh, or at least I have A+. here. I rolled 4.
Dropped your coffee, didn't you?
And Svea is going to roll.
He's going to find out about me, and I'm not going to find out about her. Okay.
And she's gonna be fast talking because you fed her coffee. Oh, wait, wrong person.
No, wrong person.
Wrong person.
That's wrong
That's
person.
me.
Yep. I
They're
didn't
with
remember.
me.
It's
Same.
tied! Ah!
So reroll.
No, it's
Roses?
it's neither gets anything.
Or we both get everything.
No, neither gets anything. You both end up talking about mutual interests instead. Like you end up tangled in a discussion of linguistics, talking about common passions when it comes to various languages, and end up spending hours on the topic.
Swapping war stories about falling over elephants and stuff.
So yeah, along those lines. Turns out, you find out that she did spend some time as a field researcher, scoring the various lads to learn languages and bring back results to the University of Uppsala in Sweden.
I'm currently reading the second Millennium series, so I recognize that town.
Good on you. Mycket bra. And finally, Jaelle and the ever so twitchy Wendy King. So,
What I call them twitchy. Not me.
Wendy is not at shy at all. She immediately how do you call it? Proceeds to escort you to her room if you follow, and in there she has a collection of gaming consoles, including the NES, the Super Nintendo, an Amiga, and a Commodore 64. And what else was in vogue at that time? Well, there's a Pac-Man console over there, like the
Nintendo,
arcade
Super
one.
Nintendo.
Oh, Sega.
The 64 just came out. Sega just came. There's Sega.
Yeah, 64 not yet, but he has.
And collecting dust in the corners and old Apple II Plus.
Yes.
That
Yes.
came out in the 70s. So.
But yeah, she has a collection of video games and has a couple of Rubik's cubes and a tray of like 17 different yo-yos.
She had Pog.
Bugs, those she don't have. But
Yeah,
yes,
we're just gonna play games.
You're just gonna be playing games with her. Okay.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a good good healthy geekiness time.
That's it. You don't try to have any insidious agenda. You're just spending time playing games.
That's the best way to get to know somebody, because they're
Okay.
gonna talk without knowing it.
I do believe this is a dexterity roll time.
Okay, under what?
And just pure dexterity.
Your dexterity.
Button mashing.
Unless you have profession gamer.
Actually, I was
Or
gonna say
art video games.
streetwise.
Or a procrastinator.
No, Streetwise doesn't cover video games.
You sure?
Yes.
You don't play them in the street.
Yeah, you do if you have a Game Boy.
It's
The
You're not going
street
to a
is not
street arcade.
required to play the Game Boy.
Fine, can I use Jack of all trades with dexterity?
No, it's just pure dexterity. You are not against a very high score, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, she is far too twitchy for her own good when it comes to competitive gaming. She tends to overdo, and you, having the more sensible and reliable sort, tend to be taking the victory in most competitive games. You play such legendary games as One Must Fall and Mortal Kombat and a couple of like Mario Kart games and
Mario Kart wasn't out at that time.
Street Fighters.
Street Fighter was.
What was it now?
Mario Kart. Mario Kart was the 2000s.
No. Super Nintendo had a Mario Kart because I played it back in the 90s. Back in the 90s, I played a very famous TV game.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And the classic Duck Hunt.
Oh, but yeah. Do you know that it's actually a multiplayer game?
I did.
Sarah, the camera is doing something really funky with your arms sometimes.
Yeah, because
That's because I'm using a
fake
green
green screen. Yeah. Unlike me, who's
It's making your arm look like it's about this big around.
That's because my wrist is actually small.
No, like a 2-inch diameter, maybe.
Yeah, that's.
No,
That's fine.
2
No,
inch.
no. Your upper arm's getting shrunk.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're not objectifying your body or anything. Moving on.
Okay. This
If
is the
anybody
time
wants
for
to give
us-
me an actual green screen, that would be great.
That's a bit
Actually-
beyond my budget, but yeah.
Right.
But let
Next
us
stretch goal for this project.
let us have a 10-minute break here, ladies and gentlemen. So we will be back after these messages.
You at 4:40.
Awesome.
You're feeding a family of 6 or something? Holy
No,
crap!
actually, that's actually 3 servings. But
Where'd you get those from?
Aldi's.
Aldi's. I don't know what that is.
It's like it's like a Trader Joe's.
ALDI. Yes.
Oh.
You've got Aldi's in America. Okay.
I have Aldi's in America.
Yes.
So the only time I can have churros is when I go back to California or go to Costco. But Aldi's was carrying it in the frozen section, and he went, "I'm gonna grab it."
Wooster muted, according to Froggy.
Thank you.
Back then? Oh, we are.
We are
Okay.
back.
Yeah, he brought us back, so they probably have no clue what I just showed Carlos.
Oh, she showed me. You know what? We can. No, I was just.
There you go. This is what I showed.
Churros.
My hair is doing
Churros.
silly things.
They're.
They look like
Mexican
teeny tiny
confection.
corn on the cob.
What they are is you have this weird like
Pastry puff.
pastry thing, and you squeeze it through this in like the star form, and you drop it in burning hot oil,
Not gonna
and
do
then
it.
you pull it out and you roll it in sugar and cinnamon, and it's delicious.
It's just basically a donut.
It's
I have had
donut, and it's the Mexican donut.
I have had two servings of churros in my life. One was at my local hamburger chain, made by underpaid Finnish fast food workers, and the other
Okay.
one at a Mexican stall at a one of those fairs with international food stalls at present. I will give you 2 guesses which one I preferred.
And which one you vomited? Yes.
Churros I actually do like are the ones that are filled.
I've never had those before.
Me
I
neither.
have-
Again,
gone to-
I'm used to having them in one long piece as opposed to
It-
small chunks.
It was a long piece, and it actually was filled with like a chocolate ganache.
Weird.
And I had it from a Mexican bakery. It was so good.
Oh, now I want that.
Mm.
Damn it.
Here we have something. It's not specifically for Ottawa, but Ottawa's famous for it. It's called beaver tails. Do you know what the shape of a beaver tail is? Like this long thing that goes flap, flap.
Yeah.
Well, imagine a thin pastry,
Right.
and like it's cooked and then slathered in butter, and then you can put whatever you want on it, like cinnamon or cheese or well, pretty much anything you can put on it. And and they're called beaver tails, and they are absolutely.
We call them elephant ears here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, they're
beaver
big
tails
and doughy.
are the shape. It's the size of a beaver tail. They're not the size of an elephant ear.
Well,
Okay,
an elephant
that's
ear is
fine.
like the
We
size
have the
of
big
a
version
plate.
of it.
Yeah.
We can Americanize it. That's why.
Yeah, we have to Americanize everything.
An elephant ear is bigger than a dining room table. So yeah, that's not going to work.
That's very American for you.
Especially in Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's
Well,
bigger. in Texas.
unless it's an Indian elephant.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, so that's.
I got a joke about
quite
this.
exciting. Okay.
Oh,
I got a joke about this. So, this vato, he's going with this gringo up and, and showing him the farmer's market in Mexico. And he's like, yeah, these are like naranjas. That means orange. And Texas dude's like, man, that ain't oranges. In Texas, oranges are this big. And he's like, whoa, okay, well, like, these are, these are coconuts. He's like, man, no, I can't do coconuts because they're native to Texas. He's like, okay, well, these are like Mexican apples. And he's like, in Texas, apples are this big. And he's like, oh, like what's this over here? And he picks up a watermelon, like this watermelon, for instance. In Texas, this model watermelon would be Blix. I'm like, hey, man, that's not watermelon. Those are grapes.
All
right.
I knew it was going there.
Yeah.
I still put a churro in my mouth.
And we're back.
And now it's in your lap. Yes. Okay.
And now for something completely different. A man
with three buttocks. Yes.
Now, back to some of us actually trying to get along with the other team, and the others trying to sabotage any hope and chance of us.
Teaming. Monkey
Jaelle.
pussy. Posu. Monkey. No, let me try. Munkkipossu is what they call it.
You say
I just-
pussy?
Yes, he
Couldn't
did.
help it. I'm sorry.
Yes, he
I
did.
did not say that. No. Maybe I did. I don't know. I'll say it back.
Oh no. There will be a clip. There will be a replay.
Someone's gonna clip this.
This is it.
Someone's
Clip,
gonna
clip,
clip
clip.
this.
There we go.
We've got a guy now that will clip this for us.
Oh my.
I do believe it's called munkkipossu.
Okay, I heard what I heard.
Awesome.
Munkkipossu.
Amazing. Okay. Wowzers.
It's actually those two words are a monk and a pig.
All right. Monk and a pig. Really?
Yeah, it's a monk pig. Monk pig. Oh, actually, possu is more of a piglet, like a small swine, like an infant swine.
What language do they speak?
That appears to be Finnish.
It's Pig Latin.
That's why I speak. What are you talking about? Anyway,
Okay.
Where's my Bowie knife?
so back to some of us playing nice and the others not playing nice.
Yes.
Let's meet back together, do you
hi,
think,
Don
and
Man.
talk amongst ourselves and what we should do.
So Jaelle, you figure out some things about Wendy. She reveals that she has worked for the mob. That's how much you get out of her. That was just casually mentioning, yeah. I first played this when I was guarding the Don's grandson.
Pulling out my undercoverness.
Yes, that's it. Okay. So, while you're discussing and spending your time doing what you do, monkey what? Click by blinking.
Sorry, I was busy clipping.
Hey, it's not as bad as mine. And if anybody wants to see these clips, they are on the on
Oh,
TV
right.
RPG.
Yes. Some of them are funny.
I don't know. There's clips. I never watched these clips. What's going on?
Oh, yeah.
You should
You
watch
made me-
them after the show.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Basically, there's some very cheeky Finn saying something and making a certain person nearly choke to death on their bubble tea, and her just going, I'm choking on balls here.
That was on my stream.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right.
That's on my stream.
Okay, back to the game.
Yes.
Yes. I get but that's all, folks.
Wendy's the next mobster.
Or you used to hang out with the mobs.
Yeah. Yes. Somebody has mob connections. Either way, back to the game. You get results from the expedition to the Vishnu world. You receive data feed that shows an active town and a lot of people observing the drone that you sent through.
So the actual Stargate is in the middle. Is it in the middle of the town, or is it just on the outskirts?
Seems like there is a people in ceremonial garbs observing and prodding this thing that has arrived, and soon after the video feed goes dead. But what you manage to gather from it is behind some nasty checks.
That's nasty what?
Checks. So skill checks.
Oh.
How do you want to analyze the data feed? And how long do you plan on using it?
Right. Mac's just going to go over and look to see if there's anything to suggest any kind of... Because the last thing he's wanting to do is walk into a place that's just basically... Because now he's starting to realize what's more and more about this world, he's just going with, if you've got the Stargate in the middle of a city or a town, the last thing you want is potential hostile forces just to come out in the middle of nowhere, okay? Or in the middle of your capital city. You want to have some defenses to protect yourself from that. So he's trying to have a look to see if there's anything on the video feed, like on the video that's been taken, to indicate, like defensive structures, there that would then indicate that the area you're going to come into is going to be just an automatic kill zone. Okay.
Did it show it was populated, or did I miss that part?
Yes, it's populated.
Yeah, it came into say what looks like to be maybe a temple of some kind, ceremonial
Or an
guards.
active town, he said.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the square is what? Yeah, is what.
What was it in the? I know from just what you're saying. Was it inside a building, or was it just surrounded by buildings?
You know what? Like, can I slow it down? Use my software, specialty software to enhance, zoom, and slow it down at certain spots.
Yes, you
For
can.
6 hours.
That's electronics.
Yeah. So I think what Mac's wanting to do, he's wanting to make kind of like a tactical assessment on what's seen.
So first of all, I'm going to start counting time. You can see up there you have 6 hours, which is the time you spend getting to know your compatriots, and examining your gear and whatnot, waiting for the information to arrive from Vishnu Well. It's not a countdown, it's a count up. However, there is something that's going to happen when you spend time. Alright, roll book. I need this book. The basic of the enhanced zoom check is minutes of... It's 10 to 60 minutes, so 1d6. 1d6 times 10 minutes. If you use more time, you get a +2. That is 1d6 hours. If you use less time, aka 1 day 6 minutes, you get a -2 for the programming check. And this applies to all of you analyzing the video feed. Either you analyze it in these time increments, and so I repeat, 1 day 6 seconds -6. Oh, actually, 1 day 6 seconds, you get a -4 to analysis. 1 day 6
Minutes.
Excuse me. 1 day 6 seconds -6. 1 day 6 minutes -4. 1 day 6 times 10 minus nothing.
I thought it was 1d6 hours was minus nothing.
No, 1 day 6 hours is +2. So, okay. I'm getting confused myself, so let's stop.
Write it down.
0 is 10 to 16 minutes. 10 to 60 minutes is ±0. Faster than that is -2 per step, and slower than that is +2 per steps. +2 per step, and the step is either the next time unit times 1 or times 10, and downwards is either the next time unit in tens or ones.
Well, let's start off with a simple one, and I'll do the basic. So the +0 one.
So
0 to 10. 0 to 10.
So that's 10
to 60 minutes.
10 to 60 minutes of analyzing the data feed. Okay.
Yes.
Roll me a d6. How long of a time you do?
And what are you doing?
Type in the wrong command.
He rolled a d6.
There we go. A 5.
50 minutes. Okay, you analyze the data feed for 50 minutes, and you use a skill called electronics to enhance the data. What about the rest of you? Mac was doing tactical analysis on what he sees. Do you wish to use the same date, same time? Oh, by the way, I'm gonna go in the rule that I'm adding this rule now because it's gonna simplify things. We are going to be using that you guys are always gonna use on each round the one who rolls the highest number. So if somebody uses 1 day 6 hours, the rest of you are going to be the rest of you are going to be waiting for the time that the guy with the longest time rolled do.
I think I definitely will at least be waiting, depending on how bad the quality of the video was, and there's needing to be a lot of enhancement. I might be wanting to wait until the enhancement comes in first before I start doing the roll. Okay?
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not going to wait because I don't need the video. I want to listen to the audio.
Okay.
So
I
tactics
hear what the
intellect
locals are saying.
for myself? Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
Ooh, shit.
Okay. And somebody wanted to listen to the audio.
Yes.
I do believe that's a language check.
Yes.
The education.
Education. I push the button. I go to the other one and I hit submit, and I get a 10.
You will submit. And finally, Jaelle. Oh, by the way, both of you roll me 1 day 6 on how much time to use. If you roll a 6, the time goes to the full hour.
Hey, did you want me to roll anything for the analyzing or not?
Didn't you roll electronics already?
No.
1 for myself.
Okay.
You just had me to roll a d6
all-
and that was
right.
it for the
Yeah, roll the electronics as well. Sorry, my bad.
Oh!
15.
It's now in HD.
Well,
Not in
okay.
HD, it's in holographic 3D display.
I
On
used a
Star
little
Trek?
bit of I used 2 of enhancement on it. So like, I quickly scanned and did a quick typey extra adjustment software, and my eyes seem to like glow a little bit, and then like when I run it, bzzz, and video.
Yep.
Enhanced.
No, Doug's got it set up with the old style VR headset
Oh no.
Oh no.
recreation.
So Jaelle's gonna look at the clip, but she's gonna look more towards the mapping of the housing and everything. So that would be more streetwise. Trying to
Okay.
get an idea of where everything is.
Okay. That I do believe is intellect and streetwise. Okay, cool. That means you got a single 6, 110, 112, and 115, making you go 4 and 11 points above the required. Okay.
And it took a total of 60 minutes, not 50, because GreatLord was waiting, but he only took 10 minutes.
Fair point. So, we'll update the 6 hours to 7 hours.
Where's the counter? Is there a counter on the?
It's
the
on the
Twitch?
on
On the top
Nice.
of the stream.
I sneaky did. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the information that you have been waiting for. First of all, the analysis on the language is the one to arrive. They don't speak much, but the few words you speak would accompany the words you found out on the old world, which are very similar in the language that you would have expected. You didn't hear any language spoken, but it is you make quickly the connections between the two languages and how they pronounce. There is a little bit of variance. You would assume some separation from that, but you are more than capable of understanding that they are discussing incuriously what sort of device is this. This doesn't seem like one of ours. What is it doing here? Hey, disable that. And that's when you lose the feed. So they clearly I'm just not going to analyze this for you. I'm just going to.
They clearly understand the technology. They're just not recognizing it as their own.
Mm-hmm.
They know it's a probe.
He is very clever.
Don't give the man ammo, please.
What?
Nothing.
What?
That was very good. Nice.
Okay, next one is the analysis of what you can see on the camera when it comes to locations of things. You notice that this seems to be some sort of a smaller settlement compared to the one that you previously entered. You can clearly see that there is a central place that seems to have all the hallmarks of a temple, and then several smaller dwellings. But aside of that, a marketplace, but it's a limited angle. You can't get much out of it. Finally, you get the image in HD. That is, you are enhancing, zooming, focusing, and all the things. All the things that you are able to do with limited amount of material. It is, after all, only a digital media, but lucky for you, that's an analog stream. So there is a lot of wasted data that the programs of the Earth are letting through and ignoring, and you are just making hack of it. You can start making out very detailed things, like the thread counts on the freaking clothing is available for you to do if you really wanted to. and you can see the seams on them, clearly indicating machine technology that is making the sewing there. You can see that the metal bits on their clothing are not forged but cast.
It's like laser engraved, you know?
Yeah.
Like, look at the perfection on it. Like, the Germans don't even have this, aren't this precise.
Yeah, basically, this world is high tech. As far as their outwards appearance seems backwards, but all the details would indicate that is intentional. For even the temple carvings, you can start seeing there a mural on the side of the wall depicting the tales of Vishnu, which I don't remember by heart. I should have, but I didn't. But there is several depictions of Vishnu and the associated gods and goddesses on the walls, doing godly heroics and creating the world and whatnot. That you can see, but still it is limited amount of data, and from that, our military intelligence guy goes ahead to study them, then deduces that they don't seem to be wearing any weapons, and the devices on their belts seem to be ceremonial equipment.
Anything written on any of the buildings?
They seem to be using the sort of aesthetics of moving words fail me.
Words are hard.
Yeah, it's like on the side of Pantheon there is statues doing there's shapes doing things, and instead of writing, like various poses and things happening. It's like a comic made from statues or carvings on the side of the wall. I forget what the word is for. A relief, yes.
Bas relief.
Bas relief. Okay.
Yeah.
Bird, fish, guy standing on his head, that kind of thing. Or
Yeah,
that would be hieroglyphics. Sorry.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah, that's hieroglyph. Bas relief is when it's carved in to the stone itself.
Yeah, it's there is a sort of comic-like story going on there, made with carvings of stone. There are pictures of various people and gods and animals and whatnot.
Froggy asks, what's the punchline?
There's no punchline because there's no punch.
It's a comic, that's why.
I said comic-like.
All right.
Light.
So, like, we should probably. All right, this is good. Now, is it just us, or is Bravo team in
just
the?
you.
Just us.
You're getting this stuff into your own room.
Gotcha. Our own
Bravo
workshop.
team is doing their own thing. Meanwhile, they're gonna get GM Fiat.
All right,
Be kind
so
and
like,
send them the HD version of the video.
That would actually be more of a peace offering if you did.
all right,
Yeah.
fine. Okay, go. Be back, unless you all want to come too. Get my back and all. All right. I'll take I'll take the Betamax. No, it's got to be the CD, DVD.
It's a DVD.
No
It's a
DVDs, yeah.
DVD. Just around DVD technology. So I'll bring it in. I'll bring it into the.
I'll go with him to give him some support.
No, it's a laser disc. It's the old
It's a laser disc, yes.
Yes, exactly.
Still would have been around just in that time.
Hey, at least it's not floppy disk.
Mm.
Not the small
come on.
compact one. I mean the big black one.
Well, every man wishes he could claim that he had a 7.5-inch floppy.
Oh boy.
They were actually 8 inches back then.
Or was it? Well, we
Yeah,
all
there's
know in
been
reality,
inflation since-
we all know in reality most guys
Or
are
was it
barely
deflation?
carrying the 3.5-inch floppy.
Well,
we know that to be true.
Yeah, It went from 8 inches to 5.5, and then to 3.5. It's like,
Oh yeah, I forget.
everybody's shrinking. Must be cold weather.
And now they're all manos.
It's the cold weather, folks.
And finally down to...
Yes, and now we have these.
Yeah, I carry quite a few of those to make up.
All 6 of them, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, good one. Centauri humor. I love it.
Either way, no, actually, I think it's going to be a VCR because I think everybody has VCR still back then. It's more compatible. It's more true with.
A big thing.
It's more in line with what's here, but it's the enhanced. You know, they have the long version, the medium version, the 6-hour version, the 4-hour version, a 2-hour version that used to fit on the VCR.
Well, this is the 30-minute version.
This is the 30-minute. Yeah, it's super enhanced for ridiculous quality, but you at twice the speed, and you can only use it for it only has 25 uses before the tape melts. But you could totally if you hit pause and watch it slow down, we could do this in slow motion, and there's none of that blurry stuff, and look at the quality, you could really see what's to be better for your stuff. You know, it's all I'm saying. Maybe it'll help you out or not. I don't know.
Mrs. White accepting the tapes quirks an eyebrow. I did not expect you to be this forthcoming. I appreciate the gesture.
Yeah, cool. You know, we're on the same team and all. We're not competitors, you know. I mean, we are, but we have the same goal to protect those that we care about, and peace on earth and everything. I'm bad with words. I'm sorry.
Want to be on the same page, and because Doug actually did something really good, we decided to give it as a peace offering, so we actually have the same good thing going on.
Somehow we've gone up another hour.
Peace offering.
Yeah, it's a peace offering. Or you could always call it the olive branch.
Yeah.
From Doug.
Anyways, let us know. Maybe we missed something too. We'll figure it out. Enjoy.
Thank you. In return, we have this data to share with you.
Oh.
She gives you a floppy disk.
Oh.
Is it? It's the 3.5 inch. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 1.44 megabytes.
Well, all right. Yeah, I'll go check it out. Thanks. Cool. I think that went really well.
It did.
When you put it on screen, there is.
I fucking love it.
Is that maybe a good thing I didn't catch that?
Yeah, there is an ASCII representation of a
It
middle
does a
finger.
little slow. No, in true 1995 days of loading video, it would go zit, a little. I'm like, all right.
It's like when you were playing Oregon Trail all over again, but it's just that instead.
I literally just got.
Is that really what's on the disc?
Yeah, she's flipping a big old flipping me off.
And underneath there is, you won't find me even if you try.
So I'm gonna look at Doug and go, "What did you do?"
Yeah.
I tried to find her on the web. It's all I was.
He tried to insinuate that because she's a woman,
I
she
cyberstalked
didn't
her.
know.
Okay.
You could have got to know them versus sneaking in the back door to find out information. Like me, I went to go play video games.
Is there anything else on the floppy disk?
No.
I'm asking Wooster.
Actually, yes, there is.
Windows 95, the system crashes.
That was just the auto bet. There is a data file which includes atmospheric analysis.
Oh shit.
It's not much more than what you know from the basics, but they have deduced that there is a substantial increase in the mechanium particles in the air compared to Earth. Well, actually, Earth has none. Mechanium is the red glowing crystals.
Okay.
But there's a substantial increase in mechanium in the local atmosphere that they have detected.
Oh,
But-
Mac, as in Mac. Okay.
So they're either like mining it or they're using a lot of it, or their tech.
What is also curious that it's not the atmosphere is also not radioactive in proportion of how much mechanium is in it.
So they got like scrubbers and stuff. Ah. This is definitely advanced stuff.
Meanwhile, hey, Dan, you there?
Yeah.
It's McKay. McKay. It's Dr. McKay. We got that data drive you sent to us. I think we cracked it.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Do you want to come and analyze it?
Sure. On my way.
What about the rest of you? What are you going to be doing?
I'll let them know where I'm going.
What data drive?
Oh, the one from the world.
Ah, yes.
The gigabytes of stuff.
Yes. I think I want in on that.
You can.
Yeah, I think I'll follow along with that. Because I'm very curious about the tech and you know how my tips worked out, if any of my coding worked out, whatever. I'm just curious. All right, Mac and Jaelle.
I think this is where I know I did real well on my roll, okay? But did I get any sense or pick up anything at all or get any impression when I did my checks on the actual tape?
Any what?
You know, when I was looking at the tape to make the assessment, okay,
Weaponry.
of like
military
potential defenses,
assessment.
the military assessment.
Oh,
I know I did do a good roll, okay, but did I get any sort of sense of feeling about what I was looking at?
As far as your eyes can see, they seem to be unarmed.
Right.
The best correlation is they have staffs that they can hit things with, and some pocket knives levels of stuff.
Okay. This is, I think, what I'm gonna do is the actual, because as we said, the drone shut off, the feed from the drone. I'm wanting to actually double check to see if the feed from the drone was shutting off because the Stargate closed, okay, and we're not going to get feed when the Stargate's down, or did the feed disappear first and then the Stargate?
how did they disable it?
Because I want to actually ascertain
Which one
Did they-
closed first, the feed or the Stargate? Because
Yes.
if the Stargate closes, the feed closes immediately at the same time, or actually microseconds
That-
after, because the feed is still traveling from the Stargate to the receiver.
that's what I want to make inquiries about, because if they're able to shut it down or do it, I then want to actually start getting a better idea
Okay.
of what that equipment is, And could someone just with a staff damage it enough to shut that down, or do they have something nastier than
Okay,
just
give
wooden
me
staffs?
either electronics or investigation check. Good
Okay.
intellect.
I would do the electronics now that I've got it. God damn it.
6.
6.
Unfortunately, the drone is incapable. The timing is so close that it's probably the
want to
gate
use.
closing.
Right.
What?
Don't you have? He rolled a 1 on there.
No, it's only
No,
about
that's
those
snake
snake
eyes.
eyes. I know, don't want to be if it's
alright.
for the gun stuff.
Okay.
He shoots the video and does that thing.
Get there! Give me more information.
For me, because it was streetwise and I was trying to map out the area from the feed, did I see any abandoned houses or warehouses
Dwellings?
near the gate?
No.
Okay, my second idea. But I did get a good look at what everybody was wearing, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm running away to my room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what are you doing in your room?
I am actually going to mimic what they're wearing.
I see. So, you're going to craft yourself a disguise.
Yes, undercover 101.
All right. Do you have profession tailor, art, tailoring, or other such skills that you could use?
That would be, it would also fall under Jack of all trades.
Everything falls under Jack of all trades.
Jack of all
Yes.
trades.
And how many ranks of it do you have?
Jack of all trades. I have 2 skill.
Okay. So yes, so I do believe there is a crafting has. I do believe making clothes out of scratch is very slow process. But you probably are taking the using what you have to mimic what they have approach.
I'm also taking my back history of being a gypsy and
Okay, so first of
gypsy,
all,
cop, everything.
First of all, as previously mentioned, this attempt has a base of 1d6. 1d6 times 10 minutes. For plus 0. Do you want to use 1d6 hours to give yourself a plus 2?
Yes.
Very well. First of all, roll me a jack of all trades with... not jack of all trades. Just roll me an intellect check.
Just intellect?
Just intellect check. I'm gonna add a -1 because of your lack of one level, because that's what you're gonna be using. So you get an 8. Yeah, okay. And then 1d6. I could have just used the Boon of Bane, but whatever. Okay, that means you for 5 hours you painstakingly try to recreate the clothing they're wearing and even the paraphernalia they're wearing to make yourself look like that. Meanwhile...
Enough for everybody at 5 hours, or just one?
Oh, no. Yeah, you guys, the rest of you guys can use the hour increment to do things with. Because she decided to go with the hours, so the next you have 1 to 6 hours to do your thing. If you want. So, you go to the lab, and yeah, they have finally figured out how to read the data on the drives. Data is obviously in a different programming language, but they figured out the binary system works in decadecimal. Oh, what's no? It's yeah.
Hexadecimal?
Not hexadecimal, 12 base.
Oh,
Dodeca.
Dodeca is 20 base.
You're right.
Anyway,
Dozen. It's a yeah, it is. Whatever. 12 base. It's 12 base T.
yeah,
basically.
it's in 12 base anyway, so it's a bit different to what you're used to because it's 10 base. Oh, I actually Earth binary is binary base, so 2 base, but
It's 2.
Duodecimal.
Duo-
It is.
duodecimal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or base 12.
Anyway, the programming language works in base 12, and they have started to make gains on that. But well, yeah, there's lots of data to go through, and there seems to be some promising results on various things. Oh, right, right. I'm supposed to add hours to this. That's 13 hours spent, at least. So, do you wish to help in the analysis process?
Yeah.
Sure. Unless there's
something better to do.
I'm just thinking, do I want to spend the time to learn the programming language, or do I want to look at the data?
I think I could just decode it. I could do a simple conversion from a simple converter from duodecimal to hexadecimal, which is the other basic language that C++ is based off of. I mean, it'll take me a couple of hours to set up. Probably probably about an hour or two to set up, or maybe then we'd go from there. Then after that, it'll easily translate. Plus, you could be able to, I could categorize it by, you could search. Oh, then I could do an SQL language to reference anything that at any will. Oh yeah, and then I could do cross-referencing to each other, which leads one thing to another. That'll make it so much easier for.
Finally, you can invert the polarities and
reverse the polarities. Yeah. Yeah, except that's not how SQL works. That's fine. Okay.
SQL, I know that.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll be analyzing data.
But yeah, there's the option to learn the programming language as well. I'm not ruling this out. But yeah,
it might come in handy, and I am, thanks to your lobotomy, the best at electronics now.
Oh, that lobotomy. Now I get what you're talking about.
Yes.
well,
I thank you, Doug.
Yeah, dude, it's like totally. A part of me is in you now.
Okay.
I'm in you.
For analyzing the data, what would I be using? And for learning the programming language, what would I be using? Or would it be the same?
electronics would be for electronics for analyzing the data because you're all translating stuff stuff in the computers, while learning the programming language would be a language skill.
Okay. And both of them with education?
Intellect, actually, because you're learning new things.
Well, I would think analyzing the data would be education, but okay. Okay, well, I'll do the... well, since he wants to do the electronics, I'll do the language.
Oh, no. We can do it. Yeah,
fine.
I guess it works.
You can both do the same thing. Would make more progress.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the electronics then. And
Yeah, help me build this language, yes.
And that way we can... so it's electronics with intellect.
Because I'm going to need your help in reading whatever the heck the words they say anyway, so that I can...
How badly am I going to screw this up?
Intellect.
10.
I'm going to put a... Nope. I'm not going to adjust it anymore on this one. 11.
So you go above the required by 5 points in total.
Nice.
Daniel goes by 2 points, and you go by 3 points. So you process the data, have it run through the translation programs. You start getting tidbits of what's going on here. It comes out in weird alien language, but since you already know how the language works, it is child's play to translate, particularly thanks to Dan. Now yes, you start getting tidbits on various logs, personal entries. They seem to be mostly text, which is odd. This amount of data, and all you're getting is text and text and text and text and text and text and text. And you soon realize that this must be an archived database of their culture. All the knowledge they can place in text form is placed on this disk. And there is instruction manuals, there is personal logs, there is all sort of things, and more importantly, the latest headlines.
Latest what?
Headlines.
Oh, headlines. Okay.
There's,
I heard headlights.
there is a lot of headlines on the head. It's in vogue.
As opposed to lights on the head. Okay.
Yeah. But the latest
So
headlines
what happened?
Are that the Stargate program, or their version of it, their version of the Stargate program, is yielding results, discoveries on alien worlds, prosperity brought to the city from the gate travel. That quickly turns into panic and chaos in the city. New disease spreading. People turning into savage beasts. Using our own. Turning our own into hunting each other. And wow, that's loud.
Oh, that's an airplane flying overhead. I forget that you guys can hear that. I'm gonna mute myself.
That helps. Yes, thank you.
It's like the trains that go by my house, and I have to mute for you.
That was plain. That was very plain to hear.
Sorry. Sometimes I don't realize that. They're like, oh yeah,
you're
it's gonna
used
pick
to
that
it.
up.
You're
The
used
toy.
to it. Yeah.
This is true. I'm used to it.
Oh, by the way, also roll me d6, both of you.
Yeah.
I was about to type that in the chat. Oh shit! There's an extra hour.
Well, he took for both of us, didn't he?
Yeah, but only.
Well, it doesn't
only
matter
the
what you
higher
roll.
one
You
of
can't
you
roll
pass.
higher than a 6.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
there.
you've spent 14 hours. So
There we go. You blame us both.
They're taking longer than I was taking.
Yeah. Well, they are engrossed in the data, reading all about how the people got turned into hairy monsters that want nothing but to hunt and kill.
And those are
All
the
that
ones that were
I'm
going
noticing.
after us.
So they
Yes.
got infected by the T virus and now they're all zombies. Okay.
So we're going Resident Evil style. Got it.
But we did pick up some. I mean, we're also reading on their discover. Is there some interesting research on their Stargate program?
That data
Like-
eludes you for now. There's you get a lot of poetry.
What was that?
Poetry. More
Poetry.
fucking poetry.
Yeah. It seems to be the most accessed file, so they are on top of their data pile.
Filter, filter, filter.
And also, I'm sure a lot of it was classified, but no, I wish I know a lot more about what we could learn that they learned from the Stargate.
But you also get technical manuals on top of that. And technical manuals like constructing things and whatnot, various skills.
Like those batteries and cigars.
Yes, like those. Wow, that's
There's
a
another
lot of
airplane.
planes you got going.
Yeah, you got a lot of
my
things going
goodness.
by.
Have you got an
you know
air
what? There's
show
an air
going
show.
on today?
Legit, there's an air show going on today. In Hillsborough, a neighboring city has an airplane show. Oh my god, I'm just gonna have to beat myself. Oh my god.
Because I've been in hotels next to airports and I don't hear planes flying over that much.
Have you heard the train expo that keeps on going by my house once in a while?
Oh my, that's ridiculous.
I think your wall is actually better soundproof because I think I can't remember ever hearing your train.
Oh, there was a train earlier. I actually muted myself as it was coming by.
All right, that'll be why I haven't heard it then.
Yeah, you've been getting used to how to mute that. Anyway, while you're doing this, Duncan approaches Dan. Hey, I heard you got use for this, and he's brandishing one of these things. And they tell me you have a port on you that you can stick these into and read them.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I downloaded the alien. Well, I wouldn't say alien. I'm more alien to you than those. I guess intern people, whatever. But anyway, it contains their what's the word in your language? The etiquette. Yes, that's the thing. The etiquette for formal encounters. Basically, it gives you diplomat at 0 when dealing with the intern style people.
That could come in very handy. Unless, of course, you have to use social, in which case I'm just screwed anyway.
Diplomatic immunity.
Thank you, Duncan.
You're welcome. Anyway, back to work. You have spent 14 hours when you reconvene with your latest results.
All right, so like, obviously this is probably more of a peaceful diplomatic mission. Say hello, let's work together against this threat. Let's learn from each other. Blah blah blah. I think if we set up by the base, I mean, even if we are the backup team, we set up right there, like by the temple, by the base, center square. It's gonna be difficult. What are your thoughts?
Are we talking with the Bravo team or just the 4 of us?
Just the 4 of you.
The 4 of us?
Just the 4 of us. No, it doesn't really work.
You and us.
Us and us.
That would be a totally different relationship that's been described in that song. Right. I think the way
there are so many airships going above right now, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, if you just said airships, I'm now imagining if I look at your window, there's Zeppelins, there's hot air balloons.
There's the Hindenburg with the Nazi flag going past.
It's like just every other imagination of aircraft. Okay. All right, so we're having this conversation about what we're going to be doing.
Oh, the humanity.
I think Mac is his part of the contribution to the conversation is just clarifying what weaponry is everyone actually going to be bringing to this. And it's like going, look, I think we're going to need to talk about it because we have had some hair-raising situations. We don't know what's going to happen. We want to go in with enough weaponry that if we have to then retreat, and it's like the way he's just looking at it, we're hoping that there's two situations. Either it's going to be a clusterfuck right from the start, and then it's hopefully we bring enough weaponry and ammo that we are able to fend ourselves off and protect ourselves to get ourselves Stargate dialed and jump back through. Get ourselves Stargate dialed and jump back through.
Did you forget to mention that? Was there a obvious DRD when or DHD or whatever it's called near the gate?
I did not mention it. No.
Mm-hmm.
What? Was there a DHD near the gate?
Yes.
Thank God.
Yeah.
If
that was double once, that you would not have had a visual confirmation.
Yeah. The second point that Mac's going to bring up is we get in, we establish ourselves, but it's somehow at a later point we get into the clusterfuck and we're then having to, extricate ourselves, and we then don't know how much distance we're having to travel.
Are we going to take the car?
Yeah, probably leave the van behind, I'm thinking.
Well, this is the thing. Because how much distance are we prepared to travel, and then are we going to bring the equipment? Basically,
we're right there by the village, man.
How much fuel? What's the fuel capacity on the van? Have we worked that out? How much that gets us? Because
it's rated for 600 miles
on one tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So we go that distance. Then, do we have the capacity to carry in the same amount of fuel? No. It's what are we going to be prepared for? This is the way Mac's looking at this, right? Because there's been shit that's went down. He is just going with, let's go into this expecting potential clusterfucks. Okay? And let's make sure we have the equipment to extricate ourselves.
Don't you think that'll give a signal of hostility, first impression?
Don't assume. One of the things that we got taught in the military was if we were, if we were taking on especially potentially stronger forces, we would let the scouts advance past us, and we would then ambush the other forces. You get them to relax; they think they're covered, and you don't hit the alert scouts.
All right, that's all right. Keep that in mind. Any objections to that? Jaelle, Dan, input?
I've never gone on a mission unarmed. It wouldn't be even if we were, because, well, I have a weapon. My body is a weapon. Okay, part of my body can be a weapon, but
it's a slight difference from your body as a temple.
Right. I mean, that's cool, man. I'm gonna I'll bring up some backup. Sure, we'll be armed. Sorry, I'm interrupting you, Dan. Go ahead.
I'd still like to bring my my laser rifle, but
I'm not. Yeah. I'm not saying not bringing it back. I'm just gonna not go in all full force.
Yeah.
More chill. Maybe not everybody coming with handguns and stuff. Or
Mac's suggestion is he's possibly talking about we go, instead of using stuff like the old standard machine guns we have, if we have the opportunity to grab laser rifles or stuff that's got with magazines higher capacity stores for ammo.
I'm into it. Let's be loaded for bear. We'll bring the van as well. We'll have stuff. It'll be cool. We'll bring in the van in last, and that'll be our At least where we could camp out and guard the gate if need be. Otherwise, we'll use it to advance forward. Are you guys gonna be all right with letting Bravo team take the lead and like talk and have us just be the backup squad? Because I'm thinking I like to be the guys going out there. Thoughts?
You ever seen a lion tamer with a lion putting their head in the mouth of the lion?
No.
That's what Bravo's doing at the moment. Let's be the audience.
All right. Well,
Because if they fuck up and they get killed and we're holding the gate, all we do is have to do a potential retrieval or report back.
all right. Cool.
So we'll go in as the guard, like the military guarding our diplomats, and they can be the the diplomats.
I'm like fine with that. Sure.
And
That's
if
a
they
plan.
get dissect, or Babylon 5 reference. If they get
Jaelle
dissect,
was just going to like hide what she had done for the first 5 hours.
Yeah.
She's gonna just act like she never did anything.
So is this what you're going with? Just the backup team?
we'll have to discuss it with Bravo team though.
Yeah, I'd say discuss it with Bravo team, but there's just as many arguments for us being in us being in the lead.
We could go either way. Is
Yeah.
basically it. We have a plan. We have a plan for one or plan for the other.
Yeah. I think what we just need to do is just make sure that we go in with sufficient. If we're going ahead, then they're the ones guarding the gate. We've got enough provisions there that if anything does happen and we can't rely on them, we're comfortable having to get to our gate ourselves. Okay. Or if they go ahead and something happens to them, we either have the provisions to go after them, or if they're making their way to us, making sure that we can hold the gate until they get there and we retreat.
If this is a diplomatic mission, we might not have to go anywhere.
We might not have to.
Let's
Whole thing could take
Let's
place
prepare
at
for the
gate.
worst. Let's prepare for the worst.
let's coordinate with Bravo team and have
Yeah.
their thoughts and see where this
Have
goes.
their thoughts. And I think we need to actually also clarify how we're going to communicate, especially if we're operating as two separate.
Comms, man.
Yeah.
That's
Who's
fine.
going to be doing that? Who's going to be the point man for
Logistics.
that?
That's all logistics. We'll
Yes.
get the nitty-gritty details later, man.
That's how wars
It'll all
are
work
won.
itself out in
Doug.
the end. Don't worry about it, bro.
Okay. So, you have a meeting with the Bravo team. And as it was Bravo team's idea that you guard the gate, and they are very receptive to the offer. It is good that you finally see sense. We will gladly have you watch over the gate while we do the actual mission.
What
like-
do you think the mission actually is, though?
And to locate the god Vishnu and create alliance. And that is our. We assume that Vishnu is their version of leader. And the title of god is nothing more than a glorified title of emperor. As with Anubis.
In which case, I don't think you should be doing any diplomacy.
Do you believe in the existence of actual gods?
What's that term? Any technology sufficiently higher would appear as magic? Well, it applies to gods too.
Yes, that is correct. However, we do not ascribe to the notions of them being actual gods, but mortals with a superior technology. But it does require the due diligence when it comes to venerating such individuals. You would not greet an emperor the same way you would greet a common man.
Well, like Dan here has been well versed in the culture of etiquettes and how to. We've had experience speaking with them, and I can
I'm
tell
a
you that
protocol
Dan is
droid, yes.
like C-3PO, like the absolute best protocol droid we have.
You got that reference.
While you guys are all having this hash out, I'm handing Wendy what I made.
Mhm.
And saying, just whispering to Wendy that if anything happens, use this to get away.
Well, what you got here? Classic? I got colors of my own.
If anything happens,
No.
you will look like them. And you could escape if needed. Any of you.
No.
Freaking Ned.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, she sounds a lot like that. Okay. Well, I guess fine. Is this even my size? This seems a bit big. Okay. Cool. But yes.
Nice.
Right. Right, so... Yeah, sure. We'll go ahead first. Any questions? Are you guys, like, ready to go, or do you need some time to prepare?
I think we're good. I think so. Just to clarify, let us be the first through the gates. Make sure that security is in place, and then you could follow right afterwards. And you'll complete with the mission, I'm assuming, right? Objections to that plan?
Nah, we'll give you, like, 20 minutes before. Then we'll come in after. If there's firefight in that time, I'm sure...
We can send a signal back when, if it's before 20 minutes, if you would like to.
Yeah. That's cool. That is A-okay. Jack, please.
All right, let's get final preparations. Everybody link up logistics on the same.
I thought we were supposed to be going through in 48 hours, according
There
to
was a
General
plan
Hammond.
about that, but
They gave you 48 hours to prepare. That doesn't mean you have to use the entire 48 hours.
No, but we've been up for at least probably 16.
Yeah, you have been up for at least 14 hours, plus whatever you were up before the briefing.
let's take
Yes.
a good 8 hours sleep and meet up here in the morning. I don't know, 10 hours.
That's us.
Oh, we're getting a hug.
This
Getting a hug from Sarah. Oh, okay.
this seems like a prudent plan. To have a rest before mission is important. We would not want the forward squad to be twitchy when it comes to securing the entrance.
You've got Wendy on your team, and you're talking about people being twitchy.
She is used to it.
We're used to it too.
Of course, as you wish.
All right, so we have a plan of action.
Oh, I
Excellent.
just realized something. When I was rolling those rolls, since we were taking hours, wasn't that at +2? So those would have been higher.
That's
bit 12
not
and-
my fault you forgot that there.
Oh, okay.
You knew the rules, and so did I. So, 24 hours. And you did say 10 hours, didn't you?
Yeah, 10. It's enough for 8 plus all the preparation, logistics, getting the guns prepped. We'll probably come, loaded with Mac. Why don't you?
Yeah.
We'll bring in the van last, going with a couple people
Well,
in
anyway,
first walking.
I'm just going to disable the counter because that is the end of it anyway.
Yeah, the way I think Max suggests it, he goes in first. Okay.
Hold up. There's an airplane, but anyway.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's my bad. Yeah.
No.
I've been really good about watching it.
Don't worry about it. So, as you are like having breakfast and the meal before heading out to the Stargate, there is a television in the cafeteria showing up the local channel, like just something to fill the room with something to focus on. We interrupt this regular programming on the account of a new rare sighting on the northern sky. It seems like a new astronomical object has appeared out of nothing to the outer reaches of our solar system at nearby the trajectory of Jupiter's circular orbit around the star. 3 objects of unknown origin have been located and are on course towards the Earth projected location. More on this on Channel 4 later today. And that's where we end the episode.
Sure.
Fantastic. The scout
Who's read
ships have
by
arrived.
Shatner?
Your local news station is crappy.
Bum, bum, bum.
But yeah, I had that planned on happening on 23 hours.
Well, it makes sense.
Wow.
We woke up. We got our 8 hours sleep. We woke up. We were eating breakfast, and we still had an hour to go. And oh, look, aliens! It's aliens.
Aliens. Oh, sorry.
Amazing.
Yes.
ET, don't phone home.
What's
So-
the best I can do? I don't know. Aliens.
That
Yes.
was fantastic.
My question is, are we all on for next week, or do we need to have a week off?
We just had a week off.
I'm on. Don't get me wrong. I'm working this weekend. I'm working that Saturday, but I'll be finished in time for it.
That is Memorial Day weekend in the States.
Oh,
And
that's
that
right.
means what?
It's their Is that your Veterans Day, isn't it?
It's one of our
It's a 3-day weekend for us. This is an official
Yeah.
holiday that everybody
This is
gets
actually
to
our
enjoy.
3-day weekend. It's Victoria Day.
Are you gonna be doing anything on Saturday?
Who,
This
me.
is-
Yeah.
I will have all 3 boys here
Oh
that
shit!
weekend. That I will have them from Thursday night until like sometime Saturday.
I think it
night.
might be the last weekend then with Jack. Let's plan on pausing then for next weekend. If that's damn it. Is that a thing? Shit, I feel bad about that. Let's put that as a strong maybe-ish. Oh, well,
Unless
you have
you
the 3
guys,
kids anyways.
well, that's the thing. You guys could probably do something. I don't have all 3 boys.
There's another airplane.
Yeah. They're everywhere, guys. I'm sorry.
I think you've got an air show going on next door.
Yes, I
He
tell
does.
you.
He
Then you
just said
did.
that.
Oh yeah, you did. Right, get the webcam out and show us the window so we can actually see what's flying over.
I don't know if it works that way.
Too much light, can't see nothing.
No, that's.
We
It
just
doesn't
got
work that way.
I
blinded
thought
by
you
the
were. I
lights.
actually thought you were joking with me that the next town's got an air show on with me. I just thought you were just joking along
It's a
with me.
legit thing.
Damn, that's funny. That is. I made that joke, and that is what's going on.
That is really bright though, so yeah, outside is nice and sunny.
Well,
I
Anyway.
was actually going to be doing a stream on my own the following Saturday,
Oh,
but guess we're not gonna take that many weeks off.
well, either way, we'll figure it out.
yeah.
If we're missing one person, we'll see. If we're missing 2 person, I'll let you guys know.
That's why I brought it up, because me and Carlos do have a major holiday in this area, so it's like Granted, me having all 3 of my boys in one house.
Yeah.
For a weekend, that's a lot.
No.
Well, no, it's somewhat of a vacation for them.
Yeah.
But not for the stream if I had them here.
Yeah. So
In 2 weeks, it'll be day 1,514 of my long weekend, which is completely irrelevant. It's also the day I turn 59.
You're just like
so-
bragging that you're retired and we
No,
have to work.
No, I have to turn 59 on that day.
Nice.
Last
also
year I did a stream on my birthday.
There we go.
also
I got wasted.
Froscanner is asking, did you find your mirrors?
Mm.
You mean which of them is our mirrors?
Yes.
I thought it was super obvious. I didn't know that was a question.
Was
of...
there a challenge? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Mrs. White is the Vera Peterson for sure. She probably works for the KGB too. I have a strong suspicion, but I can't prove anything.
I was figuring out Wendy was my counterpart.
No, the cop is your counterpart.
Yeah,
It was
Because
Jack
Both
Black.
cops. Yeah, Jack
because you're the
Black.
cop.
Wendy, the kind of mob. Wendy was the mob enforcer, the one that's the kind
Yeah,
of gun. that
Wendy is the-
my
Yeah,
counter.
that's
Remember.
Yeah, and what's her name?
It's
Miss
Svea
Scandinavian
Scandinavian
mine.
Space Spaceta, or
Svea.
Svea. Yeah.
Pretty spot on there.
See, I thought at first I thought she was the hacker. The Asian girl was the hacker. I'm like, oh wait, she's not. Okay.
So Froggy, was this your idea?
Yes.
Oh no, yes was to something else.
Happy birthday early.
Yeah, from
Thank
Zoe.
you, Zoe. Thank you, Zoe.
So, guys, my question is, what do you want to do next week? If we're gonna be missing Jaelle, is it really fair to go on with the plot, or do we want to do something completely different?
A man with 3 buttocks.
That's a reflex for you, isn't it?
Yes. Whenever it says somebody now for something completely different, a man with 3 buttocks. Yes,
No, I don't
the
think we
answer.
should go without the plot. I think it'd be nice to have her there for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Well, if I'm hosting it, I could host another whatever adventure, or somebody else can. We do an improv. I'm gonna make sure that I'm going to make sure that I'm free as well on Saturday first.
Okay, yeah, okay. You double check on that, and I do believe we had somebody who wanted to join our games.
Ooh.
So
Who's that?
maybe we'll ask that one if they are willing to participate on the Memorial Day.
Where?
There we go.
What country is this person from?
United States of
Oh, okay.
Mexico.
What?
Wrong. Did I say from Mexico? What?
Just kidding.
Technically, it's a federated government. Last time I checked.
Yeah, it is. Also, so is Russia.
Yeah.
United States of Russia.
That's a new trick
Back in
too.
back in the USSR.
Do any of us
How
besides
lucky
you
you are.
know this person?
Back in the
Wooster?
I do believe Sarah knows this person.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I know who he's
Oh,
talking
we
about.
can discuss this offline
Yeah.
anyway.
Anyway, I do believe it's about time we do the traditional and actually try to form the new tradition and raid someone, because that apparently is a good policy. So,
I
do
like
we have
raiding stuff.
anyone we can raid with bonus snatcher?
I saw somebody. There's something called a group. They've only got one viewer though. Chaotic Stupid D&D.
Petronix is on right now.
Who?
Petronix, we rated into them. Petronix 1, 2, 3, 4.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
They're-
playing
they're-
Fallout.
All right,
Yeah.
Fallout guys. Okay.
The Chaotic Stupid
boy.
guys. Wow, there's a loud plane.
Wow.
Right, Carlos. I want you to look out the window and tell us what's flying over your house each time.
That was a Tomcat F-15 Tomcat.
Are you just winding me up, or is that actually what?
Tomcat
can't
is
see
F-14, you dumbass.
I can't see.
And Sarah checks out on this conversation with airplanes because that is not her forte.
Oh yeah, Chaotic Stupid is also playing Fallout. Oh, right.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm following them. Okay, I had no idea.
There's also Chaotic Fails. Let's see. Do we have someone else, someone new, someone in English? More Starforged co-op. Mage the Ascension. Star Wars: The Age of Rebellion on Tabletop Simulator.
Ooh, I like Star.
We have another RPG group that we rated into. It's called Chaotic Stupid D&D.
Yeah, we did mention that earlier.
Epic Realms is doing a big final battle. They have 20 viewers.
Well,
They're playing D&D.
The entire Tabletop RPGs section has 459 views.
It's 468 for me.
Well, anyway.
I say the Star Wars peoples.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
it's May.
Who are
Yeah.
the Star
Yes.
Wars peoples?
The Star Wars
May.
people.
We gotta do
May.
Star Wars.
The Force.
I'm gonna
Make sure they're in English and stuff like that.
They do tag themselves in English, so. And
make sure it's not verified accounts only for chat.
followers only chat. So
Nah.
that's bull crap. So we'll try something else.
Well, I suggest Epic Realms. I was actually watching them earlier.
Epic Realms.
Epic_Realms.
Let me see. Chat rules, no trolls, be nice, no spam bots. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's rate these guys. Where's my rate options? Silly me. Okay, let's give them all the nachos we can have. So we have all of our 7 viewers ready to go. Yay!
All right.
Yay!
So anyway,
Oh, this-
anyways, guys, it has been an absolute blast. I like playing with you, and I like streaming this because I like sharing it. So until next time, we will see you and eat all of the
Bonus
Bonus
nachos.
nachos.
Nachos.